welcome to Module 2 class. I hope you guys enjoyed Module 1. In this module, a few things that we're going to be covering is cultural adaptations, or how do you make your counseling practice or as a school counselor be culturally appropriate, and then to also look at, you're going to be interviewing a family member. And so that will probably be interesting. If I have any advice, take a family member that you don't know completely well that might give you some surprising answers with your interview for them. But talking about cultural adaptations, something that I was able to do in the school that I worked at as a school counselor was we had a trauma group called CBITS, Cognitive Behavioral Intervention for Trauma in Schools. It's an evidence-based practice to reduce depression and anxiety of students that had signs and symptoms of PTSD. So after forming the groups, it was a 10-week group. We invited in our elders and our medicine people at the beginning of the group to really talk about telling our story, because part of trauma therapy is telling your story without your story taking over your life, and it's a process. And so what we did is we incorporated Native American cultural traditions into our therapy group. So each week we would start off with a smudge using an eagle feather. So something that we would do is I would light a smudge, or the students would actually take turns each week who would do that. And this is just sage that we would pick, and we light it, and then we put the smudge. It's a cleansing of any negative energy into bringing good energy. So we would, each group participant would smudge themselves, and we would smudge the room. And then we would start with a little opening of what we're grateful for. And so that's something that we did. We also incorporated a sweat lodge ceremony at the end of the trauma group. And so instead of like a pizza party and Gatorade get together, we actually did a ceremony with a medicine person so that the students could let go of their trauma in a different kind of spiritual way. So those were just something that I did in the school district that I worked at on my reservation. And so there's lots of different ideas, and you're going to be learning a lot more about Native Americans and genocide in boarding schools throughout this module. Thank you.